Good afternoon, you guys. I'm on here to do my car chat video, and as you can see from the title, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw this little quote and it said what I put in the title, and I was like, you know what, that's perfect. Like that, I had literally had nothing to talk about today, and I swear I feel like God always directs me to what he wants me to speak on. It's just amazing, and it literally comes so last minute too. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, on here to talk about what is in the title. What if what you're going through right now is preparing you for what you've prayed for? And a lot of people don't realize that, or maybe some people do, you know, the things that you go through in life, regardless of how bad they are or whatever it is, it's all, I truly believe everything happens, you know, for a reason. There's a purpose behind the pain. You know, there's always reasons for, you know, what goes on. And when I read this, I was like, man, that's so true. Because, I mean, like, let's say, for instance, if you want to find an amazing husband and you want to just be with a faithful man and, you know, all of this, you know, but maybe you continue to get cheated on and, you know, get done dirty and different stuff like that. Well, what if that is all happening because God, or whoever you believe in, I'm going to use God. If you guys don't believe in God, that's fine. Replace it with the universe or with karma or whatever you want to replace it with. You know, what if that person is doing you wrong and hurting you, and you keep ending up in these bad relationships because God has something so amazing in store for you, and he wants to make sure by the time you get to that you're going to appreciate it. You're going to, you know, be grateful for what you have. Because, you know, what if you find the most amazing man right off bat? You may not appreciate him the way you would had you been, you know, heartbroken or cheated on or whatever the thing, you know, whatever the situation is. Everything is a learning experience. Everything is a, you know, a journey, and you just have to, no matter what goes on in life, you have, like, the way I look at things, I always try to say, you know, look at the positive side. Like, what did I learn from this? Or what can I learn from this? How can this help me, you know, going forward? Or what was the reasoning behind this? Like, what purpose was this? And sometimes you may not see the purpose for years to come, but at some point in time, you'll look back and you'll say, wow, like, I'm so glad that happened, because had that not happened, you know, X, Y, and Z wouldn't have happened. You know, so you always have to try to look at, you know, the purpose behind things, and try to get lessons from what you're going through, no matter what it is. You know, like, always turn everything into a learning lesson. You know, like, there's people who, you know, they're constantly, you know, their main goal is to be rich or to have a bunch of money and stuff like that. And, you know, that's fine, but, you know, things like that don't happen overnight. They take time, you know. And maybe you've been praying for like 30 years to win the lottery. You just really want to win the lottery, and you've prayed to God, and you've been a good person, and whatever the situation is. But maybe that's not for you. Maybe God doesn't want you to win the lottery. Maybe God wants you to go out there and earn that money so it feels better, so you have a sense of accomplishment. Or maybe he wants to wait until you're better at managing money better before he blesses you with money. Maybe he wants to see that you are worthy of having, you know, that type of finances or that type of marriage. Maybe he's not ready to give you a husband because he feels like you're not ready and you've not went through enough stuff to be prepared to have a good, faithful husband. So you also have to look in the mirror at yourself as well and reflect and see if you are currently wife material. You know, are you ready to be a business owner? Are you ready to be a millionaire? Like, can you handle that? Are you financially to a point where you know how to manage money? You know how to spend money wisely? You know how to save money? Things like that. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of people out here that'll go and win the lottery, and the next year they'll be broke, or, you know, just waste all their money within a short period of time, you know. And that's why, you know, you may not have went through enough stuff to actually appreciate that. And, you know, to the next point that was on there, you know, diamonds are made under pressure. There may be, you know, things that are going on, and it just seems like there's so much happening and you don't understand, you know, why. Or, you know, I know my husband and myself at one point, like, I swear, it felt like for probably a good 1 to 2 years, like we could not catch a break. Like it was thing after thing. Like, you know, you would get one car and then the other car would break down, and then you get another car and then the first car would mess up, and then we finally got a car. It was like perfect, low miles, almost had it paid off, totaled it, and it just felt like things just kept happening, and like you're wondering like what is going on, like why is so much going on. But at the end of the day, it builds you as a person. You know, it's going to make you humble because you know what it's like to go through things, and you know what it's like to get through things. Because a lot of people, you know, you see people who go through these terrible things and you're like, you know, how did they ever make it out of that? And that's what it's all about. Like, it's gonna, no matter what's going on, that's gonna build you as a person. There's gonna be lessons that's gonna come from it, and it's gonna make you a better person no matter what it is, as long as you let it make you a better person. Because you can let it completely tear you down. You can make it to where you just want to give up in life, or, you know, whatever the situation is. Because me and my husband, like I said, we were going through a really difficult time. We could have easily just like got fed up. We could have, you know, even separated because of all the stress that we were under, different things like that. It can make or break you. It can make or break a relationship, things like that. We look back, you know, even though that may have been one of the most difficult times of our relationship, we had just moved in together. We had so much going on financially and, you know, things like that. But at the end of the day, that's kind of like when I think of like what made our relationship the way it is, like that's probably what it was. Like going through those type of struggles together is what I feel like can really make a relationship, and make, you know, as a couple and even individually, like going through certain things. Like, you know, like I know there are people who have, you know, miscarriages and just all types of things, and these things are meant to like almost like to destroy you. And some things I do feel like are sent from the devil, and it's meant to like tear you down and like try to separate you and different things like that. But it's all about how you react to the situations that you're in, and like I said, trying to always find the positive in whatever it is, or just trying to, you know, take a lesson from whatever it is you're going through in life, wondering why that happened to you. You know, a lot of people say, why me, why me, why me? Well, think about that. Why you? Why would that happen to you? It's not anything that you've done necessarily, but, you know, what lesson could you gain from this? And, you know, how can this build you as a person? Could you then turn everything that you go into a testimony? Like I seen one of my Facebook friends not that long ago. She spoke about having a miscarriage late in pregnancy and just all this different stuff. And she may not have known at that time, but maybe God was using her just so she could share her story with other people. Because, I mean, she had thousands and thousands of people watch that video. And maybe that's the exact reason that happened to her, was so she could share her story with others and help others and encourage others. And, you know, you never know what the reason behind things is. But like I said, a lot of times as time goes on, you'll be able to see that. So whatever is going on in your life, just always remember that things will always get better. There's always a lesson behind everything, and the diamonds are made under pressure. So if you're going through a lot, then that can only mean that there must be something really great ahead of you. And just always keep that in mind, and always keep in mind that, you know, everything is going to, in the end, work out for your good. I know some of y'all may not be religious. I'm religious. The Bible says everything that is sent to harm you, I will turn to good. You know, and you always have to remind yourself of that as well. Like, you know, God is never going to put more on you than he can bear. He's never going to do anything that's going to hurt you or anything like that. Everything he does is for a purpose and to build you. And like I said, some things are sent from the devil, and that, you know, we just don't have any control over those things. But like I said, it's all about how you react to things and how you handle situations as to what the end result will be. You can turn a terrible, terrible situation into an amazing testimony that inspires thousands of people, or you can choose to allow that to ruin you and get hooked on drugs or alcohol or whatever the situation is. It's all about how you react to things. It's all about your mentality and how you're going to look at situations. Yeah, I feel like I got a little choked up on this video, but it really, like when I read that quote, it just hit home because we've all been through things, you know. We all have went through stuff, and I just felt like maybe somebody needed to hear that message today. So I hope, you know, this could help somebody in some way, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And yeah, I'm going to pick up my baby, and I will see you guys on here tomorrow. If you enjoyed this message, you know, these videos are public. Feel free, you can share them with your friends, you can comment, like, whatever you want to do. If you have a particular topic you want me to speak on, definitely let me know. Need any feedback on a situation, we can talk about that too. Anything you guys want me to speak on, like I said, I'll speak on credit scores, I'll speak on finances, I'll speak on maybe marriage advice, relationship advice, even parenting stuff. Or if you guys just want me to keep it inspirational, which is what I've been trying to do lately, I've really just been trying to be a positive source for people with good messages and like inspirational, motivational things. That's what I want to get on here with primarily. But I'm more than willing to get on here and talk about other things as well that could help others. So, yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I will be on here tomorrow. Bye.